Hello, and TGIF, who else is super happy that it is now Friday? This has been a really mental week for me. I was writing a kind of outlining a protocol for COVID and Jada Studios and what that means and how we've implemented different cleaning and how the building is staying clean and what we're doing as practitioners, and what if one of our patients or practitioners tests positive, how do we process that? So that was super intense, and believe me, in my training I didn't learn how to do that. So really great learning experience, and I had some awesome help from an owner of another company who was super generous and has helped me a ton with everything that COVID means and how it impacts all of us small businesses that don't have, a CEO or a huge team that provides all of this information. I have to provide it. But anyways, that is not our subject for today. What our subject for today is that spring is the liver time. So that might sound super weird. It certainly did to me. 13, 14 years ago when I started my master's. But what that means is that during the springtime, and it can kind of change a little bit, the timing of it, is when our liver, the energy of our liver, so not actually our liver organ, is in hog heaven. And the liver is in charge of anxiety and irritability and depression. And so when it's the spring and it's the liver time, we could be kind of going off of the rails. We could be, all of a sudden you're starting to feel way more anxious, irritable, or depressed than you usually do. And you don't really understand why. And it's simply because it's the liver. So in traditional Chinese medicine, there are 5 different seasons and 5 different organs associated with each of those seasons, and they go in a circle, but they also kind of go and interact as a star as well. And so one of the most clear pictures and analogies that I had for how the spring is the liver is that the liver is also the wood, goes in and it's growing into the dirt, which is the spleen energy, and it's going into the earth, and the roots are spreading out, and they're really aggravating and annoying to the soil, and they break it up, and they go where they shouldn't, and they go where the earth doesn't want them to. But when the spring comes and the buds are coming out on the trees and the flowers are blooming and the root system of all of these plants are embedding into the earth, that's what's going on inside of us. And so that's why you almost feel like you're going to break out of your skin. Liver can feel like Mercury in retrograde, basically. Us, acupuncturists and traditional Chinese medicine doctors kind of jokingly say, oh my God, will the spring ever end? Will the liver time end? Because we're just seeing that our patients are super irritable and anxious and depressed. And it's like, okay, let's move into the summertime. Let's move out of this spring and this liver time. We need a break because we have all of that growth going on inside of us. We sort of pulled into our den during the winter, and now we're breaking out, but we're not yet just singing in the sunshine. We have a lot of growth to do. So if you're feeling that way, you're completely normal. But traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture and coaching can be crucially beneficial for you. So certainly reach out with any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. It's a really cool analogy and sort of an odd one, but it makes so much sense with what each of us experience. So tomorrow my video will be from the Walk for Animals. I raised money for the Animal Humane Society Minnesota, and Travis, the kids, and I, and Pumpkin will be calling you from our individual walk. So at 10 o'clock, we'll just head out on our own. Normally, it's this huge event in Minneapolis, so I'm going to miss that. The kids, it's their favorite event, and it's mine as well. There's just thousands of dogs and animals. But we'll touch base then from our walk to save animals. So I hope you have a great day and you're making it through this liver time unscathed. Thank you.